Now, over here, we talk about the reality of the world. And if you're not really ready to deal with reality, as in what is, this video is not for you, okay? Because we got to deal with what is and not what should be. Because until you deal with what is, we can't get to what should be. We have to understand that everybody is not a master of themselves, and they're not disciplined, and a lot of people are emotionally unstable. Not everybody knows how to deal with their emotions. A lot of people have weak egos and weak pride, and that is a danger to everyone. And this is not a gender conversation. This is not just men or women. This is people in general, because men and women have both hurt each other, right? A lot of people are walking with what they experienced in life. So if they've seen women be conniving, they've seen them be harmful and destructive and chaotic to those people who love them, if that's what they grew up seeing, they're not going to be the people who are going to run out and protect you as a woman. They're not. You could be mad about it. You can feel however you feel about it, but it is a reality. Let me tell you something. When I was younger, I remember this man fell out on the basketball court, and I asked my daddy why didn't he help him. And my daddy said, because I'm not a doctor. And if I put my hands on him and the family gets upset because it doesn't turn out how they want it to turn out, I put myself in a predicament where they can sue me. And so I leave that to the doctors. All he got for you is 911. And as a child, I really didn't understand that, because my heart goes, whenever somebody is hurt, I want to help them. Even if I don't have the skill set to do so, I feel like I have to do something, right? Those are my emotions. But logically, there's nothing I can do for you. If I don't have the skill set to help you, I cannot help you, right? Those are where the logic and the emotions go to war. Another instance with domestic violence, right? Here's what my daddy said. You cannot always run to help a woman in a domestic violence situation because she'll turn on you. He wasn't lying. He wasn't. My emotions say, you shouldn't do that. Right? You should never do that to a woman. Is my emotions wrong? No, they're not wrong. But it's the reality that that same woman would turn on you. It is a reality. You don't have to like the reality, but it doesn't change the reality. I have had friends who be nuck if you buck relationships, okay? And I used to be like, don't do it. Guess what? They still gonna be together until that person decides to leave. Now, I could put myself in the middle and get knocked out too. What does it change? Nothing but a lump on my head, okay? Now I'm lumped up and we match it. But you still gonna be with that man. And one thing I learned when it comes about women, you cannot tell a woman about her man, and you cannot get in between a woman and her man. And it don't matter how you feel about the relationship or how you feel about that man and what you think that woman deserves. That is a reality. No matter how I feel, the reality is she don't feel the same way. And so if people are not quick to intervene, it's because they know these things. Now, when we talk about men and what they should intervene and what they shouldn't, men are going to be more logical than emotional. Men are not going to risk themselves off of people they really don't know. A lot of men are not going to do that, because some of these men got families, and they're going to sacrifice you before they sacrifice their family. They don't know you. That is a reality. No matter how much you do or do not like it, it don't change the reality. Everybody is not going to throw their lives away to potentially help you. They don't know what's going on, because these men have been in situations where they once wanted to help and it wasn't beneficial for them. And a lot of men are not going to put themselves in situations that ain't beneficial for them. You don't gotta like it. It's a reality, right? In a perfect world, people wouldn't experience domestic violence. People would be masters of themselves and they wouldn't be out to tear each other down. But we don't live in a perfect world. It is the reality of people. I literally watched a video of a woman talking about how she started a CPS case on her boyfriend when they broke up. You could ruin that man's life. You can ruin that man's children's life. Do you know how dangerous foster homes are for children? You know how many children are taken away from their families who don't deserve to be taken away from their families? But you will cause that chaos in somebody's life based on your own emotions, right? Just like a man will put his hands on a woman based off of his own emotions. People do not always have control over their emotions, and their emotions can be very destructive to one another. That is the reality of the world, and we have to maneuver through these things. Anyways, we can start teaching our children to have more emotional control. Rejection should not equal violence, but the reality is rejection has the possibility to equal violence. You don't have to like it, but it is a reality. And violence is more than just physical. It's mental, it's emotional, it's spiritual. Violence goes deep. We just think that it's our hands on one another or causing physical harm to somebody. And it goes so much deeper than that. We have to control ourselves. I see so many women who are disrespectful to men in their advances. I've seen women tell people, just because you say I'm beautiful don't mean I need to say thank you. You could walk like that if you want to. But me, I'm going to acknowledge you. Thank you. And I'm going to look at you. Here's why. Baby, when I worked in the bank, they wanted you to acknowledge everybody who come through the door. Why? Because it lessens the chances of you being robbed because you see them. You can describe them. So yes, I'm going to acknowledge a man who speaks to me because I see you. But what he got on? A red shirt, a black hat, some jeans, and some Jordans, okay? He was this color. He looked like this. I'ma look at you when I need to look at you because I'ma acknowledge you so you know that I see you. People are more likely to do things to you when they think that you don't see them. But y'all do what y'all want to do. But we gotta start dealing with the reality. And the reality is men and women can do better.